Hi, I'm Brian Doyle. I'm assistant coach at Davidson College Track and Field.
Hi, I'm Jen Straub, Director of Men's and Women's Cross Country and Track and Field, Davidson College.
Hi, I'm Coach Molly Varenkamp, Assistant Coach for Davidson Track and Field.
When recruiting athletes, what traits in someone's character do you look for?
We look for someone who's going to be a good teammate. I think a lot of times you see student athletes who have the same times and have great times, but if you're not able to put yourself in perspective and be a good teammate to others, focus on the right things, which for us is the academic side, then you probably won't be as successful in college as someone who prioritizes the right things.
And I like somebody who exudes confidence when answering questions and has a really big passion for our sport, who has like a calm energy and wants to be successful.
As a college coach, what do you wish high school athletes knew about you?
That development is the most important thing over 4 years, and that we care deeply about our student athletes, not just performance, but who they are as individuals, and we want to prepare them for lives of leadership after college.
So, Coach Molly, having been at Davidson for 2 seasons now, what have you learned while being here?
So, after being here for 2 seasons, I've learned that being the overall student athlete, the student and the athlete, is huge, and having good performances on the track but not good performances in the classroom is not going to get you anywhere. So being able to do all of that together and being sort of the overall student and athlete is going to help you have success in both areas.
What is the first thing you notice or look for when meeting a high school athlete who is looking to run for you?
The first thing we notice is how enthusiastic you are. I don't want to chase down anyone and beg you to come to our school. The biggest thing is if you show interest in us, we'll show interest in you. I think you have to make your decision based on, again, the right reasons. So if you come to Davidson and if you come to any school and you show that enthusiasm and you show that you want to be at that school, then I think you're going to be in a good spot.
Oh, highlight tapes are important for the recruitment process. Do you ask for highlight film? And if so, what advice do you have for track athletes who use film?
I think it's really important to include film in an email or something when you interact with a collegiate coach. I use it a lot, especially for the field events, hurdles, some of the technical events. It's really, really helpful to see what you look like when you move, how you run, how you approach things, how you take off. You can even put practices in there, not just competitions. You can put failed attempts at things, so it really gives us a better sense of who you are overall as an athlete.
Social media is also an important part of recruitment. So how do you utilize social media, and what tips do you have for athletes who are active on social media for their recruitment?
Yeah, we use social media to present ourselves as who we are. I don't think we try to present ourselves as being something something that we aren't. So my advice to students would be to present yourself in a positive manner, demonstrating who you actually are, with, again, showing positive aspects of your enthusiasm for the sport.
What is the best piece of advice that you can give a high school athlete as far as getting on your radar?
I think it's just very important to identify the schools that you're most interested in and send an initial email to whether it's the recruiting coordinator or the head coach, just to show us of your interest. And again, that can be sending video. You can make a phone call to the head coach, leave a message. It's really hard because you need to, make appointments. You can't just show up. So it's just really making that initial contact via email, I think, is crucial.
Yeah, and I think the main things you want to include in that email are going to be obviously your name, where you're from, your contact information so we can get back in touch with you, and your academic numbers, so what your GPA is, how you did on standardized test, and then your athletic numbers. So with track and field, obviously we have a specific mark, time, distance that you've done, so include all of that in that initial email so we have a really good idea of where you are academically and athletically from the very beginning.
Helping high school athletes look forward to their college experience, what are some tips that you have for them as they transition from high school to college track?
I think the most important thing is to manage their time, to stick to a schedule, and to make sure they're getting proper rest and sleep and nutrition, because it's definitely a higher level than high school. And with the academics, as rigorous as they are here at Davidson, they need to learn to balance that. They have to set a time for them to go to sleep at night because the work can be overwhelming. And also to have a good network of people when you're having stress. Go talk to your coach, go talk to a counselor, but manage your stress by not holding it in.
And that's also the process thing that you mentioned
Right.
too, right? So understanding that being a collegiate athlete is a process. You started in high school or maybe middle school, and you still have, a 4-year experience here. So understanding that with a new coach and a new lifestyle and all of that, you have to continue to work through the process. You're not going to have necessarily results right away. And a lot of that too is really difficult for people coming into college because you're usually the best. You're the best at your school and your state, maybe in the nation, and you may go to a school where you're not the best anymore. And so understanding that everyone is working hard for a common goal, and just to continue to put that effort in that you did in high school, and you'll see results for sure.
And what is a funny story you have while at Davidson College track and field practice?
Have a little bit of my D showing. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Remember? Or like going, oh my God, I love the big D. That was the other one that got the team
That's
rolling.
the one.
Right,
That's the one.
And I'm like, ladies, keep it clean. You know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
That's Michaela.
We'll talk about that later.
So the coaches asked me to answer the last question. So my favorite practice memory is this one time we were having javelin practice with like 2 other mentee mates, and it had just rained the previous day. So the long jump board was full of water, so like the water collects underneath it. And so we're throwing javelin in that same area, and they're like, you know, it'd be really cool if we jumped on the long jump board and got some pictures of the water coming flying out from underneath. So the resulting pictures are of that time.
Bye, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.